Who would have ever thought that you could buy a property here in Vancouver back in 2016, hold on to it for 10 years, and then turn around and sell it for a six-figure loss? That sounds almost impossible. And honestly, a year ago, this would have been a one-off, the kind of thing that you would see be highlighted in the news. But here's the part that should get your attention. This is no longer the outlier. This is quietly becoming the norm here in Vancouver. What's happening right now is we are turning the clock back a full decade in this market, where the gains people just assumed were locked in have simply evaporated. And I'm not talking strictly theory here. I've got 4 real losses to walk you through that show you exactly what is going on in Vancouver right now. And I want to be fair because there are 2 sides to every one of these. If you're a buyer, there's genuine opportunity sitting inside these numbers that we've not seen in years. And if you're a seller, there are some very specific moves you need to be making right now to protect yourself so you don't end up becoming the next one of these losses. So stick with me because by the end of this, you're going to see both sides very clearly. So let's pull the data on screen right now. We're going to downtown Vancouver first, and where we are going to go is 2102 833 Seymour Street, which you're going to see on the screen here. So what you're going to see here, this is apartment on the 21st floor. We know that in Vancouver, because we don't build that high, something on top of the 20th floor and above, is generally more valuable just because you're going to get a little bit better of these sight lines. So let's take a look at the photos on the inside, then we'll go through what happened with this sale. So as we go through, you can see that this property for the price point here, which sold for $525,000, is a really nice unit. It has the nice stone countertops, stainless steel appliances. This is a typical, Yaletown vibe in terms of the framework. A nice open concept floor plan. You got some bar seating, and then this one also comes with a den. So if you work from home, you can see the virtual staging here. You have that capacity, and you can even see in the background here, you can see the revolving restaurant, and you have those North Shore mountain views. So it has some really nice sight lines there as well. Spot for your TV. Here's the bedroom. Again, a lot of almost floor to ceiling windows here with your electric baseboard heater. And overall, this is a great little unit, and it comes with a patio. Sometimes you'll see these smaller units with a solarium or something else. In Vancouver now, nobody wants a solarium, so making sure that this has a patio is very, very strong. And then here is the bedroom here with the closet. So overall, when we look at the unit itself and you see this $525,000 sale, this was a very strong buy. This was listed at $534,000, sold for $525,000. And if you think just a couple years ago, you couldn't find anything for almost under $600,000 in the space of downtown Vancouver, let alone a unit like this. And where we're going to see some of these losses here, and this is 2016. So this last transacted here in 2016 and then 2019 for a little bit lower at 605. So even with both these sales, you can see that they have rewound the clock by 10 years. This property now worth $525,000. It was sold in 2016 at $610,000. The owner there took a little bit of a loss, selling 3 years later at $605,000. And then again here with realtor fees and everything else is taking quite a significant hit, in a market where, 1-bedroom condos have gone parabolic and have been a very strong source for appreciation. And it is quite surprising when you're seeing these entry-level condos that you think should have a line in the sand which could hold some value because it's open to so many different buyers. But because of the downtown market, because the amount of inventory on the market, and due to the fact of financial considerations with people losing their jobs, all the mortgage renewals, you're starting to see this become very, very commonplace. So the tax here was $1,862 for the year. Strata fee was quite low, $387 a month, and you can see that the property was on 112 days on market here. So you can see that with the market demand here, no surprise, it was a buyer's market. But this was a good little unit for whoever purchased that. And what I'm telling buyers right now, and I know a lot of you are saying, hey, I want to wait another 30 days or 60 days, and they're not proactively looking. If you're not proactively looking, you're missing out on deals like this. For me, a low $500,000 mark in a nice building with views, with a patio. It's a little bit larger in terms of the overall square footage. It's 578, so it's not, a micro unit. Would you like to get up to 600? Sure, but this one also has a den. So this is a really nice buy for whoever purchased this one here. And then when we look at, let's see, so this is, as I said, I'm looking at this in real time, 0 parking. So this is likely the reason why this one took a huge hit. is the lack of parking. So this is very, very problematic. I can tell you right now, condos right now, if you don't have a storage locker, if you don't have a parking, if you don't have either, that is very, very problematic for you. So if you're looking to pick up something right now as a buyer, you want to make sure that you're having both of those items. There's enough inventory out there that if you like something that doesn't have it, I would be moving on to something that does, because these are the things that are really stopping buyers and wanting them to go somewhere else. So that is an interesting fact there, and likely the reason why it didn't have that appreciation. But still, you know, without the parking stall at $525, depending on what you're wanting to do, often you can perhaps rent something in the building. I do think this is, you know, a strong number, especially if you're getting essentially 10 years of discount into this property purchase. Continuing on in the downtown core, this one here was quite surprising here as well. This is unit 1801, 1280 Richard Street. You can see that it was listed at $1,435 and sold $100,000 under its list price at $135. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and actually has 2 parking. So quite advantageous in that space to have that. And we pull back the history here. This transacted just 6 years ago at $1,875. So we have a loss of over $500,000 just on the purchase price alone in 6 years. That is tremendous. Not to mention the realtor fees, property transfer tax, any special levies that may have been paid. This is could be well over a $600,000 loss here. So this one here, if we look at some of the details overall, 22-year-old building. Nice size, 1,151 in terms of square footage. And then it does come with those 2 parking and a gas fireplace as well. If we open up the photos here, and this is quite a iconic building in terms of the architecture and people knowing which building this is. But as we get into the unit here, you can see that it seems a little bit dated, especially with these browns and terracotta tiling here. It does need some modernization here. They have some aspects here that are good. I think whoever bought this is likely going to modernize it. We are seeing on the ground, if there are units that maybe are clean and move-in ready, if they're not modernized, we are seeing buyers wanting to get a discount from the seller to renovate, even though that's not the seller's concern, but that's where we are at in this market. But what's nice about this, there's some nice large bathroom dynamics. You got a nice big patio here that's looking out, and you can see some North Shore mountain views between there. It has some nice brick. I don't know if this is real or fake or not, but it has some nice size components here. Let me just see here for a second. Okay, yeah, I was just checking if they had those braided hose there. As someone who's looking to buy, or if you're a seller, you want to make sure that your laundry hoses are braided, not this gray type of connecting hose. I think this is just the drain, unless it's one of the other ones here. But make sure, let me zoom in here. Yeah, make sure you want these braided hose here completely replaced on them. You can see that they have a braided hose nestled next to the typical type of hose that is used. These ones can break down and have leaks, so you want to make sure that you don't have that. So that's just one thing that I flagged. It's got a little gym, it's got some water features here, a really nice exterior. But this is quite significant in the downtown core, seeing a loss of this magnitude here. So again, likely this individual who purchased this is likely going to do some modernization and get it back up to standard here. But that is quite a dramatic loss down here in Vancouver. But this could be, again, when we talk about strata fees, when you are looking at larger units, you're going to have that larger strata fee. Almost a 1,200 square foot unit, you're looking at $1,100 a month maintenance fee. Right now in this day of age with lending, this is a big pill to swallow for a buyer. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that larger strata fees are necessarily bad. If they've done a ton of work into the building, they've replaced windows, they've replaced the roof, they've repiped, they've done an elevator, and you can see that in the documents, okay, then you can maybe justify this. But if they haven't been budgeting and it's just a reason because they have not been proactive, then you got to be very careful about that. But this is going to kill your lending dynamics when you are looking to get lending. So let's go to another couple here. We're going to go into the detached side now on Vancouver's west side to see what's been going on there and see how far back the clock has been taken back that way. So we're at 3749 King Edward Avenue here. This was listed at 2488, sold for 2308, so 180,000 under the ask price. Yes, King Edward is a bit of a busy street, And when we look at the home itself, they've done some updates with it. So it has some of that typical heritage charm. The kitchen has been redone, nice open kitchen, and does have some nice millwork on the walls. And this is, you know, a typical West Side character home that you have that has had some modernizations in it as well. So as we go through the photos here quickly, it does have a suite here as well. I would probably want to do some modernizing here just to make sure that you can help with the rental rate. The rental market here in Vancouver is very difficult. There's a lot of selection. So if you're not wanting to get hammered on price, because we're seeing that, I just went through that myself with a rental of mine, every single tenant is wanting to negotiate. So if you're wanting to get into a suite and get a premium, you're going to want to do some work in there as well. But it's nice that it has that. Has a nice large backyard here, a nice patio. This one does not seem to have a garage in the back alley. That's why the backyard there is quite large here. So if we look at what happened with this one, this is a 3+3 with 3 bathrooms. As mentioned, it's sold for $2,308,000. But when we look at the last sold date here, it sold for $180,000 less than it did in November of 2016. So we have a $180,000 loss in almost 10 years, plus your realtor fees, plus all your holding fees and maintenance. So this is pretty big here. We got property taxes of just over $10,000. $10,000 annually. It's a 1925 build on a typical 33 by 122 lot and was on market for 83 days here. If we look at some of the details here, it is in that Dunbar area. And we don't have much to see, you know, what kind of highlights they've done to amplify anything here. But again, rolling the theme of rolling back essentially a decade in terms of losses. We had that one on Seymour Street, 10 years of losses. Now this one. And then the next one and final one I want to bring you to is another one on the West Side. And, you know, as I've been saying in my market reports, if you have the funds, Vancouver's West Side has been so soft and there's really good value out there. Obviously the price point's a little bit higher, but it has come down a lot. And this one here on 3950 37th Avenue West, this is another Dunbar property. It was listed at $4,999. And it sold for $4.481. So obviously this is still a high ticket. But when we look at where things were at, this one sold in 2018. So this is 8 years ago, just under that $5 million marker here. So again, we have over a $500,000 loss just on the sticker price, not to mention property transfer tax, not to mention commission fees. So this is, you know, a $600,000 plus loss here. It's a 4+2 bedroom with 6 bathrooms, 3-car garage. And it's not that old. It's a 2010 build. 4,120 square feet, so a little bit larger than a typical lot in Vancouver, and it was on market for 89 days. So if we get into the unit itself, yeah, so it's always, when you look at the photos here, you can see one here, then they got the grass chopped. You would think that, you know, hopefully on the primary photo that they would have some of the maintenance done here. But, you know, this is, you know, West Coast contemporary style. The home itself looks beautiful on the inside. Some nice finishes, pretty open concept, nice big kitchen overall with these nice accordion doors. So, you know, of the 4, this is definitely the nicest home here. Obviously, this still sold above $4 million. So you'd want to have this attention to detail. For those of you out there who's maybe looking for that upsize to get you into a bigger home, into a little bit better of an area or bigger lot or home, this is what you're looking at. You're getting, you know, essentially 10 years worth of discount right now. And this home is completely move-in ready. A lot of these finishes are very nice. Like I said, this is just a 2010 built home. And look at this beautiful rooftop patio here as well. It's got something in the basement here, a little bit of a bar, your wine cooler, and everything that you need. So as you can see in the market itself, there is a ton of opportunity out there. If you are a buyer, make sure that you are proactively looking, because I think anyone would like to have a 10-year discount built in. If you're not proactively looking and you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're going to miss out on these opportunities. You're going to miss out on sellers that really need to move product. So make sure that you're digging deep into those searches, seeing what's out there, seeing what's available. And if you are a seller, make sure that you're doing everything that you can to be able to move that property. If you have to paint it, you have to go a little bit above and beyond right now to make those buyers happy, from landscaping on the outside, painting, updating certain things, because if not, I can tell you, you will get hammered on price point, and I don't want to be covering one of your losses in a future video.